Good morning. Hey, we're here at Gunner's Firearms with Maggie. Maggie, it's so good to see you today.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to the shop.
This is a tough conversation we're about to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're going to talk about is how when people go buy guns and they don't want their spouse to know about it, or they're secretly buying guns because their spouse is going to be mad at them. And, I've oftentimes gone into a gun store and somebody said, well, do you want this gun? I'm like, well, I just like my wife better than the gun, because you have to kind of
I've heard that.
decide.
I said, you are not the only person to say that before.
Yeah. So, and I'm just real honest, I've purchased guns without my wife knowing.
Okay.
Several. Sometimes she's like, where'd that gun come from? So let's talk about that for a second. What kind of things you seen in the store? What do you see with this whole idea of people buying guns without their spouse knowing?
That's a thing. It really is a thing. I've done it. I know many people that have. I know some people that ask for permission first rather than begging forgiveness. And I know some people whose spouses are completely indifferent to it entirely. If they come home with a gun, another piece of equipment or large purchase of some sort, and the wife's just like, whatever, it's okay. All the bills are already taken care of. We have food on the table for our family. We're set. Disposable income's disposable income.
It's not my wife.
It depends on what it is. My purchase was that was kind of a rage purchase. I was very angry about my husband spending money on a superfluous item that I did not think we needed. I still don't think we need it. And my husband loves to spend money on electronics.
Okay, I get that.
He loves, and although I think he would tell you that the thing I get most bent out of shape about is all the food that goes wasted in the refrigerator that he brings home from the grocery store, from Costco, and it sits and it goes bad. That's money that is wasted. I could use that money and buy bullets. Those don't expire. There is no expiration date on a box of bullets. And I mean, my firearms can eat then. So that wouldn't be a bad thing. But hiding purchases from your significant other is definitely a thing. I've seen people go to great lengths to keep their significant other out of the loop. I had a customer that used to come in with briefcases. He would pick them up at the thrift store in like the $5 section, just a regular office briefcase, because he did carry a briefcase at work. Well, he kept like 3 spare empty briefcases in the trunk of his vehicle, and his wife wouldn't know the difference when he'd switch them out. But a couple of those were just used as range bags. Oh, okay. And so he'd buy handguns and things, and he'd put them in these locking briefcases. And he's like, yeah, that's just work stuff. So he'd carry these briefcases in and out of the house, and she'd never know. He goes, she doesn't care. She's not looking at that particular bank account or the statement on there and where it's been going. Some spouses do check. And I've had people stand here and they run their credit card, and then all of a sudden their phone rings and, well, yes, honey. Yes, I am. That thing we talked about. I'm doing it today. I'm buying it today. Yes, I bought it right now. There are guys that walk out the door and have phone calls. No, I'm at the laundromat, sweetheart. Oh no, I'm at the grocery store. I'm walking into the grocery store right now. I'm in the parking lot. Just so that their wife doesn't know where they are, what they're doing. And likewise, we have wives that come in and this is going to be a gift for my spouse. I am buying this to gift him this firearm for his birthday, Christmas, Father's Day, whatever. And then trying to hide the thing that they want without them knowing about it, knowing that they're probably going to buy it, and you might wind up with 2 of them. It's kind of, I've seen it all. Geez Louise. It's a case-by-case individual basis.
Sure.
I think some people are okay with it, and other people really, another firearm into the house is a severe infraction.
Sure. Would you say that that the number of people that you see kind of clearly you're buying this without your spouse knowing? Because they're getting the phone calls, or they're like, oh, I don't want my wife to know. Maybe they just straight up admit it.
Or they'll admit it at the counter.
Would you say that's like half, 10% of people that buy guns? Like, would you guess the percentage? Obviously, this is based on just personal observations.
So it's
over time. Like, how frequently are we talking about here?
It's on the daily, and it depends on how many guns we're transferring to individuals before they leave the store, as to how many of those people are like, yeah, she's not going to know about this one. Or we hear the other thing is, yeah, I'm going through divorce. I can have all the guns now. The next one's gonna know that guns are my thing, and this is what I want to spend my money on. Some guys dump money into their vehicles.
Sure. I feel like everybody's got a thing.
Yes.
Somebody will drop $900 on a golf club.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is so. And
everybody's got their thing, or a $2,000 fishing rod or something.
Drones. Oh my gosh.
Or electronics.
Any electronics. So everybody's got their own thing that they like to spend money on. This is just a niche. Well, I mean, firearms are for everyone, so I really wouldn't say it's like a niche market, but it just...
Here's kind of a big question for you. Have you ever seen a situation where a guy bought a gun and it led to his divorce?
Directly? No.
Or just like there was a guy that came in, he bought a gun, he came in 3 weeks later and said, well, because I bought that gun.
That's not usually, a gun purchase is not usually the straw that breaks
breaker.
the camel's back at that point. Yeah, there's usually a lot of other stuff that leads up to that point.
Sure.
And I don't know. I was just planning on keeping my gun purchase a secret so that when his electronics purchase of the same price finally shot craps, pun intended, I would have a lovely firearm left, and I would still have my look what I got for my money, and I still have it.
That's awesome.
It still works today. And I'm not saying I wouldn't share with him.
Sure.
So.
Well, and maybe the lesson out of all this is, if you're going to buy a gun behind your spouse's back, make sure you're on the good side first. Like, make sure that somehow you're not, this isn't the straw that broke the camel's back. It's just another piece of straw.
I really don't think that, I haven't seen it yet. I'm sure somewhere out there is a probably... man, that would have to be a big ticket item. I hope you got the tank and the Jeep and like all the other stuff that goes with that gun. It's
gotta be worth it.
Go big or go home. Come on.
You're gonna go behind somebody's back. Don't do it with like a charter arm.
Yeah, come on.
Do it with something big.
A life card Derringer, a little 22 life card, that's not going to do it. No. A Hudson, or they're not Hudson anymore. They're Daniel Defense H9s. That's not going to break the camel's back. New scope, new rifle, couple thousand rounds of ammo to go with it. The airline approved TSA case to go with it. Maybe a Barrett just because you have that big old Pelican case now. And that's still, they're still married to this day after all those purchases. So I don't know. I can't speak to most of that. I only have a very limited amount of experience just
Sure.
from my relationship and going, well, usually he's happy when I bring home another gun. So, yeah.
My Laurel is not happy every time I bring home a gun.
Well, to be fair, with me working here, I see it all. So something has to be above and beyond. Like, it's got to be something that's been on my wish list or for a very, very, very long time before I'll jump and go, yeah, here's my money. You can't take my money fast enough for it. But I don't think I buy guns that often. For the shop I buy them, but for my own personal firearms,
Not as often as you want.
no.
Think, yeah.
My husband and I were sitting there talking about this last night, and he goes, I go, do you want to buy some more new guns? What kind of guns are you interested in? What do you want? And he goes, I really already like everything I have. And when we go to the range and I find myself taking the same 6 firearms or so to the range again and again and again, he goes, that's 4 more guns than I have hands for, and at this point in my life I don't think I'm gonna grow any more hands. So he goes, I don't know what I'd want any more for. So I understand where he's coming from there, and I feel the same way, because the ones that I have, I really, really like them, and I'm not ready to trade those out, and I don't know if I'm going to acquire anymore. But if I do, I'll just have to make some more room for them.
There you go.
There's always a nightstand that could use another gun or a pillow or something. I don't know.
That's right. So in the end, be on your good side with your spouse.
Please.
Yeah. If you're going to be adding friction, don't make it already a very frictional place at home.
So what does Laurel bring home that you're like, there's another one of these that just magically appears?
She does.
We all do.
She loves to go clothes shopping at the store, White House Black Market.
I like that shop.
So if she goes in there, she'll be in for like 3 or 4 hours, and then she'll leave having spent about as much as a high quality gun. She doesn't do that all the time, but she will every now and then. Just
shopping trip.
Yeah, just like this is what I'm doing, and and she always acts like, is this okay that I spent all this? And in my head I'm like, oh my god, this is less than the gun I just bought. So yes, it's okay.
It's okay. You look really good, sweetie. You look really, really, really lovely. You know what would go great with that? Here, I got an accessory for you. Look at how nice this firearm goes with those $high clothes, baby.
So that's her thing. I'd say that's her thing. As well as I know it sounds strange, but bird seed. She probably spends like $200-300 on bird seed every month. And she just got a promotion at work, and she said, now I can buy all the bird seed I want. So she will. She'll, like, Amazon will show up, and I'm like, what's this giant box? And it's filled with bird seed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
so everybody's got their thing.
All the bird feeders to go with them. And then you're going to need the nice binoculars and a couple of the field guides. So you're like, oh, the migratory patterns of this have come through. Yeah. Oh, that'd be.
Yeah, she's really into that, so.
Yeah, my mom and dad spend some money on some bird food. I have some neighbors that spend a lot of money feeding wildlife.
Everybody's got their thing.
That's right. That's fine.
Everybody's got their thing, yeah.
And then I have some of those neighbors that are like, hey, so-and-so's bird population's a little out of control, and they're starting to get into their roof, and now they got a sparrow problem in their barn. Do you know any place we could get some bird shot in a .22 caliber? Because these birds are doing some damage now. Yeah, we can take care of that too.
Now, I don't think Laura would ever divorce me over a gun. She might divorce me if I'm shooting her birds with a gun, though. That she might.
That will, yeah. If your significant other's wildlife is at stake, a firearm collection isn't going to help you. Usually, maybe unless you're the one defending the birds against the oncoming homeowners that are like, they're destroying all of my.
Well, this is good. So this didn't, just hearing about it's not as bad as I thought it might be. It sounds like it's happening on a daily basis.
It's a daily thing.
Daily basis here. So very common. I've done it. You've done it.
My cousin has
I'm sure
done it.
Chances are, if you clicked on it, you've done it.
You've done it. And not with a firearm. You probably did this with something else, and you hid a purchase from your significant other at the time, thinking, oh, it's not so much of a big deal. I got this lovely pan set on sale, and it doesn't matter that we already have a set of pans. I can just keep stacking these pans up, and he'll never know.
Who knows?
Oh my gosh.
So be on their good side and understand their purchases as well.
Yeah. You do. We buy the things that make us feel good, and
Sure.
we have some sort of attachment to it, sentimental or otherwise, and we're in this wonderful country that allows us to pursue the things that make us happy, even if it's something as a firearm or clothes shopping or whatever. we're here for it, so
Yeah.
I can't get on anybody else for doing the same things I do.
And we've talked about this. There was a billboard in Harrisonville that said something like, it had a picture of a diamond ring or diamond earrings, said, buy this for your wife and she'll forgive you for that shotgun. And I was like, that's very true. That's very true.
Some of them, if he came home with something sparkly, I'd be like, what in the world are we supposed to, what am I doing?
What did you buy?
What is this for? Who is this for? Would probably be my next. Like, are you kicking me out? Are you saying that you're giving this to somebody else? I don't think I know what to do with sparkly things.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've been so begun, I'd be happy about it.
Well, and also I think if my wife was super mad at me about buying a gun behind her back, I might show her this video, because then they'll realize I'm not the only one. Everybody does this.
Really, really, really common, and it does not happen with just firearms. It is any and every story you can go into. Oh, my husband doesn't know that I'm in here spending money. Don't tell him. Oh, my wife doesn't know that I'm here spending money. Don't tell them. And it really...
You hear that every day. Huh?
Every day.
My grandfather used to bring cars home. Like, he'd just come home, and it was a long time ago, but like, I remember he came home with a 1977 Camaro. It was brand new at the time. Because of course, as a little kid, I'm like, that's awesome. Grandpa's awesome. Yeah! But I'm sure Grandma was super livid.
Oh,
because he did that fairly, right? Like, he just, about every year or so, he just, here's the car I bought. Here, I bought you a car. This is your car. You're going to drive now, kind of thing, But everybody's got their thing, so it could be worse. Well, Maggie, gosh, thank you so much for this. Hopefully we got some people out of trouble with this video, maybe.
I bet you we got more people into trouble. Because they're like, Mark said it was okay. He does it too.
He told me to send you this video. Why are you sending me this video? Did you buy a gun behind my back?
No, they bought a piece of lawn furniture.
That's right. That's right. Well, Maggie, thank you so much for this conversation. I know it's a hard conversation too. So really,
I've been dreading this conversation.
I know, me too.
And here we're having it, and it's really not so bad. It really isn't. And one of these days, when that stupid $high $TV breaks, I'll tell him, look, honey, we have a gun.
We got a gun. Like, we'd buy a TV, but we got a gun.
Yeah, I know. Buy a TV and get a gun.
You can take the old broken TV out and you can shoot it.
That's right. We can use it for target practice
That's right.
with the new gun that still has not been shot by my family yet.
Uh-oh. Well, one of these days, maybe now you can.
Maybe. Well,
the truth comes out.
I'd like to shoot the TV now, can I?
It actually does sound fun.
It does. So much for wait, it's a Tuesday morning.
That's right.
It feels like a Monday. Gosh dang.
All right. Well, gosh, Maggie, thank you so much for this time. And hopefully this helps some people out. Hopefully it doesn't get too many people in trouble. And hopefully it doesn't get us in trouble more specifically. But I guess we'll talk about it next time.
We will talk about this next time. I think I'm lucky. Laurel watches all your videos, doesn't she?
She doesn't watch all of them. I might she's busy today, so I'll try to keep her off the channel in the next week or so.
Are you going to how are you going to break this news to her?
She knows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She knows.
My husband doesn't watch these videos often at all, so he's not gonna know. And I don't think any of his friends watch these videos really.
I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe they'll send him did you see this video?
Look what your wife. Do you know what your wife is doing? Do you know what your wife has been up to?
He's gonna come home tonight with new electronics. Is what he's gonna do.
Please no more. I don't need anything else that has a cord or a cable attached to it. More cordless hole punchers, please. Fewer.
Cordless hole puncher.
That's what these are.
They are.
I got cases of cordless hole punchers.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we'll talk next time. See if we're in trouble or not.
Oh yes.
Hopefully not.
Please don't let us get into trouble. Don't get yourselves into trouble. And don't rat anybody else out. Let them rat themselves out to their significant other. That's something that should be kept between those two people. That's their relationship. That's not yours.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah. All right. Well, Maggie, thank you so much.
You are very welcome.
We'll just see you next time.
Until next time.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.